Welcome at the vlog. We are here with a quick update. Capture One just released an update from version 20, and some things that are new now are first off the healing and cloning tool, and another thing is there is a sweet before after view. Also, there's another way to import your Lightroom catalog, which I'm not gonna show, but hey, let's jump straight into it. So first things first, let's open up Capture One. As you can see on the bottom here, they changed the logo, the branding. So that's one new thing. So if we go to the healing brush, which are two new tools here above. So this is the healing mask or the cloning mask you used to have to create a new layer here on the sides. And then when you wanted to heal, you had to create a new layer here. And then use the healing brush or the normal cloning patch. Now they changed it up, so one thing you can do is just like draw on the mask while you are, let me see, there we go. So you just click somewhere and then, so you, for instance, we want to correct this one. So let's make the brush a bit bigger. They also changed the brush size so that it stays more dynamic, meaning when you used to zoom out, your cursor, it changed. Now they changed it so that you still see it visible. So let's go for this little pimple. If we click here, it will take a sample from over there. Now, the reason why we prefer to do it here instead of in, for instance, Photoshop, is because we are working with the actual raw file. So we're not working on a compressed layer or anything. We're still doing it pixel level oriented. So that's something to keep in mind. Now, if we do it for instance like this, you just take the patch from that side and you can still move it around. Now, if you want to move it around slightly and you don't know which way to go, with the arrow keys, you can go like left, right and do minimalistic changes. Now, another thing which is also interesting is, let's undo this and undo this. If you want to remove it, just hit delete or backspace if you're on a Mac. So when you click on, hold down the Alt key, it takes a sample so that it follows this sample next to it. Now, the arrows, they show you where you have created where the target is and where the sample image is. Now, if we want to hide that, we just go to this. Let me see where it just is. It should be, if you right click and then it is in the brush setting. So if you go like display arrows, you uncheck it, they disappear. Now I like to see where I have took a sample from. So that's something to keep in mind and something you can prefer. So this way you can, like, this is not good by any chance, so I'm gonna undo that. And then you can, by holding down the spacebar, you can just scroll through the items you want to fix. So let's first display arrows. Where are my arrows? And then if we take the eraser, we can just like paint it away. So pretty easy. Nothing too crazy, but a major update, because it used to have a limit on the amount of healing patches you could do or the amount of cloning patches. Now you can just do it infinitely on this layer. So that's one of the first things. Another thing is we have the before and after slider. Now you can choose if you want to do it full screen or split view. So if we do split view, you can like scroll through them and then it shows you the before and the after, which is really nice. Also, when you do adjustments, like for instance, you want to apply a preset on it. Let's do something crazy. Let's go to basic. Let's change the oranges. Have to click back on the background layer. I'm gonna check the before again. So I'm gonna enable the split viewfinder. So we were gonna change the hue. So for instance, if I change the hue completely, you can see that you can still see before, after. Why is this interesting? Well, it's interesting because this way When you apply a preset, you can see if it is still almost the same as the original one or if there is a lot of differences in both images. Now, for instance, if I do like that, you can see like, do I like it in color? Do I like it in black and white? It's an easy way to review an image and see what's actually possible. So that's that. Now, the shortcut letter for this is the letter Y. So if you disable it, if you disable this, so uncheck it, and then if you hit the Y key, it should show you a before and an after. So for instance, if you got two images, you can enable this thing on both of them, so you can see what adjustments you have actually made. Pretty easy, pretty simple. So that's one of the other things. And then, yeah, that's about it, I think. So we had the healing brush tool, the clone stamp tool, and the before after view. Those for myself are the biggest changes. And yeah, they changed up the logo, the branding. But for me, that's not really something that I don't care about the layout or anything. For me, this is user-friendly enough. So that's about it. That's all I can tell you about this one. So if I go back to the healing layer, I zoom in, I take the healing tool. For instance, if I right click, I make it smaller. I could easily do the entire image like that. Now, it's up to you if you prefer to do it here or in Photoshop. What I'm gonna do future-wise is probably do the most basic things, the healing, retouching, cloning here. Then I'm gonna export it into Photoshop, where I am gonna open this file up as a layer, and then I'm gonna keep working the same way as I did before. We also got the Dutch tutorial workflow now on the store, so go check that one out. It's in Dutch. It's my entire workflow I use when retouching an image. It's in Dutch. If you are interested in buying it in English, let me know and I might be able to record something in the future. So that's it for now. I hope you enjoyed this little segment. It's just a quick update from Capture One and what are the new features. And yeah, that's it for now. And then I'll see you when I see you. Ciao, ciao.